Hi! I want to experience new things outside of my comfort zone, so I got myself a new video game. This is 𝚃𝚂 and welcome to Curious Me. Curious Me is a YouTube series where I dive in to explore and try out new things and share my thoughts. So please support my series by subbing to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you want me to try other things, please comment down below. With that being said, let's be Curious Me. Come closer, come closer. Do you like pie? Not just any pie. Strawberry pie. Well, if you do, you're in luck because this game obsesses over pie for the first 3 hours. Today we're gonna talk about an underground indie turn-based RPG, WitchSpringR. WitchSpring started as a mobile series where it's been released way back in 2015, which had the original system of defeating monsters, collecting items, trade, and craft spells or items. They've gone on to release 4 games all on mobile for really cheap, by the way. It's like less than $1 on the App Store. With their first release on console being the 3rd installment on the series and a remaster of WitchSpring, which is WitchSpringR. The remaster has improved on those systems and has added some content to the series, such as new characters, new sub-stories, along with a main sub-story. But what is this remaster all about? You play as this little girl called Pieberry. And the goal is simple: to find the world's best pie. It started out as simple, but the plot becomes deeper than the original goal. I was already interested, so I decided to look up the reviews on Steam to see what other people think about it. When I looked it up, a lot of people were praising it for this not just being some other mindless RPG system where you endlessly grind for XP. They're praising it for the innovations where you can use your MP as a shield as one example, or the guaranteed critical system where in a certain amount of turns, your attack will deal critical damage as long as you attack. I saw some reviews where some people came originally from the mobile game and did the remaster justice, according to them. There's also many people commenting on the complex character development of our main character, along with the intriguing storyline that WitchSpring has to offer. With that being said, along with a recommendation from a friend, I decided to try this game out for myself as someone who's a big fan of JRPGs. I got this game, which is currently $26 on Steam. It's normally like $35, but the Steam sale had 25% off, so I was like, okay, I'll get this. I started the game a couple of days ago, and since I had nothing better to do, I would get up, play this game for like 8 to 9 hours, sleep and repeat. And I've been playing offline mainly, but I would have loved it to make it to a weekly series on Twitch, which, by the way, go follow. You should go follow. Come. Thankfully, after 27 hours straight of grinding and beating the game, here's my thoughts on it. I have a lot to say from the game, and honestly, gameplay-wise, I found it really annoying that we were stuck in this main area for 3 hours before we can actually start the game, and that there's some stuff in that the games don't tell me about, which gave me a little bit of frustration where there isn't a tracker per se, or side quest that you could potentially trigger or something similar to that, which I found out that most old-school RPGs would do. I never experienced something like that, so as someone who was playing through that kind of format for the first time, it was such a learning curve I had to overcome. I also have some issues as well with the audio, where some of the music wouldn't loop seamlessly, and as an audiophile, I would find it very distracting at times while I'm trying to focus on the game. There's also some instances where some sounds would be very loud or very quiet, and I personally think it's lacking quality assurance on that end. Regardless of the criticism I've had, the game holds itself to high standards. Cute character design that didn't have any fan service whatsoever, great voice acting that really captured the characters' personalities, and the mass agreed upon combat system where it's refreshing to play an RPG and have a twist on the loved combat system format. I also want to note that it's also very refreshing to be able to choose on who you want to fight and not the typical RPGs where they just randomly spawn on you when you do X amount of steps, which I personally have as a pet peeve when playing RPGs. I also really like the character growth and development from when you play as this young and naive witch in the woods, grow into a complex character is such a heartwarming story to go through when in the beginning, our sweet main character started her innocent search for great pie. I I also want to comment that Black Joe is super adorable and I want a plushie of him despite his species being called an ugly bird. I can confidently say I really like the game despite some of the issues that they have. With WitchSpringR being such an indie underground game, it's amazing to see that great games are still being made. It's also really cool that despite having 4 mobile games and 2 on PC and consoles, the player base of the game agree that the combat is refreshing to experience and giving positive notes to the community. While I grinded this game for 3 days straight, the audio is a bit off and I don't really like there's no tracker in this RPG. I love the character designs, the voice acting, and the spin of an old school RPG format is very refreshing. So my final verdict, do I like it? Absolutely. Should you guys get it? Yes! After the 4 mobile games literally costing less than $10, seeing such a wonderful remaster done well deserves the money, if you can look past the minor setbacks that reduce the immersion of the game. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like and sub to the channel, and if you want me to cover something else in the next video, please comment down below. This is your host Kayiieivtuber, and remember, curiosity doesn't kill the cat, so let's be curious me.